Our first day in Namibia. With our rental car, we are driving a sand trek through the Kalahari Desert. The landscape is captivating from the very first moment. The scenery is gentle and soft, and resembles more an impressionist painting by a famous artist. Blue sky, red dunes, golden savanna grass with scattered acacia trees. And to finish with the icing on the cake, there is plenty of wildlife around. It was a perfect start to our adventure in Namibia. In this video, my wife Kira and I would like to share our impressions with you. We hope you will enjoy it. There was a question whether to visit the living museum of the local Khoisan people or not. Is this ethically responsible tourism? Finally, I took this opportunity to learn about their way of life and to let them have a small share of the economic benefit. Let's listen to the Khoisan explanations of the guide. For our next destination, we changed the sandy tracks with gravel roads and drove further south to Keetmanshoop. Now, it was time to try the roof tent on the top of our 4x4, and we stayed overnight in a huge private area in the midst of the quiver tree forest. Evidence of the Mesosaurus 300 million years ago, and proof that Namibia and Brazil were neighbors before the continental drift divided both countries into two continents. Hendrik, the entertaining owner and guide of the Mesosaurus Fossil Park, proved that you can play any melody on the rocks. From dusk to dawn, the silhouettes of the quiver trees during twilight. The background in all the graduations and hues from dark blue to pink to orange. Our feelings, somewhere between missing all comfort in an unknown place and enjoying the solitude in the outdoors. Activities in the morning and in the evening, and in between, during the hottest part of the day, nicely driving the car. Continuing further south, on the excellent gravel roads to our third destination, the Fish River Canyon. The panorama from the main viewpoint creates an awe-inspiring feeling. By the way, Fish River Canyon is the second largest canyon in the world, and it is worth a detour. Just forget about sunrise and sunset because they are not very spectacular. The hours after sunrise or before sunset are better for photography. Watching the jumping and running ground squirrels and the dassies is a lot of fun and caught all our attention. If you didn't know, dassies are relatives of the elephant and not the guinea pig. Khoelmanskuppen, a ghost town located in the Namib Desert. The former diamond mining settlement was established by German settlers in 1908, but was abandoned in the mid-20th century. Since then, the buildings are slowly sinking in the sand. Rusted metal, peeling paint, broken windows, rotten wood planks, doors half buried in the sand. It all offers us a glimpse into the past and tells us the stories of old times. Refined aesthetic beauty. We bought the photo permit that allowed us to enter and stay after the opening hours until sunset. Solitaire is a must stop on the way, whether you come from the north or from the south. You refill your car and you have a coffee break with the famous apple pie. The soft and gentle landscape of the Namib-Naukluft National Park is a treat for the eyes, with rolling hills and vast open spaces. The park is also home to oryxes, mountain zebras, ostriches, springboks and other wildlife you can spot along the roadway. You feel like you are on a journey far away from reality, surrounded by beautiful nature. Sossusvlei and Deadvlei are among the most visited and photographed places in the world. But we didn't want to skip it. We started our trip during the off-peak season to avoid the big crowds. The lodge inside the park allowed us to enter the park 1 hour before the gate opens at sunrise. We made a big effort to get up very early in the morning before the sun will burn us too much and the big travel groups arrive, and to take advantage of the soft morning light for our selfie. You will be rewarded with a unique panoramic view of the highest sand dunes in the world. Change from scorching 42 degrees Celsius heat at Sossusvlei to the cooler coastal town of Swakopmund and Walvis Bay, we crossed again the Namib-Naukluft National Park. In Walvis Bay, we joined an organized kayak tour that first took us along the salt pans with hundreds of flamingos, a couple of black-necked jackal, several pelicans and other seabirds to Pelican Point. Once arrived at Pelican Point, we jumped into a wetsuit to watch playful Cape Fur seal cubs from our kayak. As you paddle through the waters of the Atlantic Ocean, joyful seals will swim alongside you, playing and flipping around your kayak. Watch them feeding, jumping and performing acrobatics in their natural habitat. You don't know where to look first, and don't forget to release the shutter of your camera. Incredible experience. After 2 cool and fresh days on the Atlantic coast, we continued our trip to the north to Spitzkoppe, also known as the Matterhorn of Namibia, situated in the Erongo Mountains. There are 2 separate mountains, the Big and the Small Spitzkoppe. The area is a popular destination for its stunning panoramic view, hiking, rock climbing and camping. It is also known as a cultural heritage site due to many rock art paintings created by the San people some 2,000 to 4,000 years ago. On a tour around, a local guide showed and explained to us some of the more well-maintained rock art paintings, which illustrate animals, people and other symbols of the nomad San people at that time. After a strong thunderstorm with heavy rainfall in the Okonjima Nature Reserve, the morning is peaceful and serene. Only the gentle chirping of birds woke us up in our roof tent. The tiny Damara Dik Dik visited us without any shyness. It was a good sign for the start of a day that would keep many surprises for us. But one by one, we decided to explore the flora and fauna in this huge private nature reserve by foot, enjoying all small and big animals all around. Leopard trekking in Okonjima can be an exciting activity. The thrill of spotting leopards in their natural habitat and witnessing their behavior from close makes an unforgettable experience. leopards, a mother and her 2-year-old son hid a kill kudu calf in the treetop. For us it was a heartbreaking scene to see the kudu mother looking for her newborn baby. But it reminded us of the struggle for life and survival in nature, which is both beautiful and cruel. All that wasn't enough. A brown hyena appeared on the scene to scavenge for the pieces of bone and meat which were left. After all that we have already experienced, is there still something that can top that? Sure, even though we did only a short 14-day round trip. On the way to our next destination, the Waterberg Plateau, a table mountain of volcanic origin, many wild animals accompanied us along the road, including these graceful giraffes. The Waterberg Plateau is situated in the northern central part of Namibia, and we took advantage to do a hike in this green oasis. Our journey started and ended in the Kalahari. On our last guided tour, we drove a short distance in the jeep and then got out of the car to continue by foot to encounter the African white rhino. Walking alongside these gentle animals in their natural habitat, we learn from our guides about the behavior and conservation of these endangered animals as they graze and roam freely, providing a rare and unforgettable close encounter. The local communities and the owners of the parks make huge efforts to protect and preserve these endangered species against poaching, which still remains a big problem all over Africa. Namibia wouldn't be Namibia if we didn't mention the starry sky. The days around the new moon, you can marvel at the sky with the Milky Way and the Magellanic Clouds in the following time-lapse movie. We hope you enjoyed our impressions of Namibia captured through our lens. You are welcome to click the like button, leave a comment, or feel free to ask questions. You will find more information in the text below. You can also subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching.